Hi, it's Maggie the Irish Gypsy here to bring you your March 2019 mid-month readings. So we're looking at March 15th through the 31st, the last half of March. Welcome to everyone here. Welcome to any newcomers or any returning people. And as always, thank you for those of you who follow my channel, who watch, listen, share, and subscribe, and take the time to send in your support and feedback and comments. And thanks to all of my clients out there for reaching out for personal one-on-one readings and continuing to keep me so busy and contributing to this channel as well. Always my gratitude and appreciation for those who keep this going, both by reaching out for personal readings and by making your PayPal donations to my email address. And so for those of you who are interested in a personal one-on-one reading, you can get more info and contact details by clicking on the description link below. Or the description link attached to any of my YouTube videos. And you can also go to my YouTube's channel's homepage and click on that little About button there. I do a wide variety of readings in all the main areas of life of all different types and lengths and costs. And I do readings full-time, 5 to 6 days a week. It is the sum total of what I do. So I work pretty diligently with both my own schedule and people's schedules to get them readings as quickly as possible. And I can usually respond to your initial request within the same day or the first 24 hours. So if you're interested, send me an email and we will go from there. All right, let's move right into this reading. This is for the fire sign of Leo, our lovely Leos, lions, our beautiful felines out there. Let's see what the last half of March has in store for you, Leo. March 15th through the 31st. Okay, Leo, we begin with the Ten of Cups. What a marvelous way to begin the last half of the month, followed by the Eight of Wands. We have the Four of Cups, followed by the Six of Pentacles. From the bottom of the deck, your overall energy and focus for the last half of March is the Nine of Pentacles. Well, you have some really beautiful energy here, Leo. It looks like for some of you, it looks like there may be a coming together, reunion of some kind with the Ten of Cups and the Eight of Wands. Or conversation and communication about it, perhaps travel. The Ten of Cups is, you know, the happy home card, the happily ever after card. Although I do stress that it's not perfection, because perfection is a constant state of attaining that, of striving for it. But because tens represent completion and cups is water energy, which in the tarot is the energy of our heart, our emotional landscape, feelings. It's also the area of our life that often deals with relationships. So this represents the coming together, the coming full circle in your emotional environment, particularly with a strong connection to home and family. This is one of the marriage cards as well. Some of you may be getting married, talking about getting married, planning on getting married. It's also a card of childbirth and blessings. Blessings and emotional contentment and love and stability and harmony, particularly in connection to home and family, which is one of the reasons why it's called the happy home card. Just kind of feeling at that place where everything has finally come together again. Now, it's clarified by the Eight of Wands, which is a very action-oriented card because it's wands, which is governed by the element of fire. So it's all about change and movement forward and creative energy. The Eight of Wands is a card that's often associated with communication and conversation. It's also a card that implies travel as well. Again, some of you, this might be a reunion of some kind with someone. It might be a love partner or with family. Or a combination of those things as well. Because the Ten of Cups is a marriage card, again, it could be communication, conversation about marriage, a marriage proposal, or even childbirth or news of that kind, something which benefits the home and family. And not just you, but your home and family environment, whatever that is to you. There might be travel involved in this as well. Somebody traveling to you, you traveling to them. It could be family reunions as well, or maybe planning of those, you know, in addition to marriage or childbirth or something of that sort. Now, next to that, towards the end of the month, we have the Four of Cups and the Six of Pentacles. So the Four of Cups is a card that can represent perhaps a sense of dissatisfaction or a lack of enthusiasm with both what you have in your environment, in your life path right now, and perhaps what is being offered to you. You can see this man is reclining against this tree, and he has these three goblets on the ground behind him, beautiful golden goblets, upright and full, representing basically what it could point to a specific thing in your life that you have, or just what you have just in your life path environment right now. So it represents that what you have is pretty nice. And he's, you know, he's reclining against a tree. It's a nice day. He's dressed pretty nicely too. So he looks like somebody who, at least on paper, at least on the outside, has, you know, everything that he needs, or at least a comfortable life. And you can see that there's this goblet being offered to him, which could be an offer coming down for you, something being offered to you. It could be serendipitous, divine timing and orchestration, as it appears to be a hand coming out of the sky, and the goblet looks quite large. But this card can sometimes represent a lack of enthusiasm or interest, or strong interest. He's looking at the cup, but he's not reaching out for it yet. So this could be a sense of, it looks like things, maybe from the outside looking in, it looks like things are going well. There has been this perhaps kind of reunion, or your home and family environment looks pretty good. There may be an offer coming in. Some of you, it may be an offer of marriage, or moving in together, or building some kind of home and future family together. But for some reason, there is this sense that you're not quite sure about it, or you're not enthusiastic about it, or you're not as enthusiastic about it maybe as you once were. Now that Four of Cups is clarified by the Six of Pentacles. So Pentacles is earth energy. That's the element which governs this suit. And so this can represent in the earthly practical things in our life, things we can see and touch and feel, tangible things like money, finances, resources, property, assets, job, etc. Or the efforts that we put into other areas of our life, because earth energy basically represents the, you know, stability, security, things that we invest in, whether it's money and material things, or the efforts we put into like relationships and other areas of our life. The Six of Pentacles is sometimes referred to as the tit for tat card, or the card of equality, equal giving and receiving, which it can be as well. It can represent being on the giving end of a gift, or on the receiving end of a gift. Deeper connotations of this card can represent needing to take a closer look at whether something is balanced or not, particularly whether an offer coming in is really what you want, and if you were to take it, what would be your reasons and motivations for taking it. And the reason I say that too is because it clarifies the Four of Cups, and there is something being offered or presented to this person which he is looking at but not exactly reaching out and taking yet. And this is a card that can also represent being on the receiving end. I feel like a lot of you Leos are in the last half of March. Of course, timing is always kind of tricky, and this is a general reading, which is one of the reasons we always suggest you watch your rising and moon sign videos as well, if you know them and if you can, because this is going to, general readings always resonate a little differently, especially in timing, because there's so many of you watching. So this could be something that's been playing out for a while, but that is kind of coming to the forefront in the last half of March. So I feel like for a lot of you Leos, there is some kind of offer or opportunity being presented to you. But I feel like you're questioning it, which is maybe the reason why you're not just jumping right on it and reaching out to take it, even though on the surface it may look to be like this beautiful, wonderful, magical thing, marriage, or moving in together, or somehow working towards building the solidity of your emotional home family life as well. You can see, if you're the one on the receiving end of this gift or offer, when you look at this card, you can see that this man, which would not represent you if you're on the receiving end of this, or if something's being offered to you, this would represent the giver. He looks like he's in a pretty good place to give. His clothes have that sheen, which just suggests silk, which in medieval times would be, you know, quite valuable. He's weighing out all of his wealth, his security, what he has, and it looks like he's in a comfortable place because he has enough to be giving or offering all these other pentacles, throwing them out the window to these waiting, grasping hands. But the thing is that he's not he is personified here from the waist up, so you can see him more as a person, but the person who's on the receiving end is only here really symbolized by these hands reaching out to take this gift, and he's not even really paying attention to who he's giving it to, or even where these pentacles are going after he just kind of tosses them out the window. So I feel like, and this could play out a couple different ways. For those of you, I feel like many of you, there may be this offer or opportunity being presented to you. It may be in the realm of love, which affects your home and family life. Again, marriage, or some kind of cementing or building towards this Ten of Cups. And it may be something that you were quite invested in, but maybe because of history or where you're at in your life right now, Leo, it looks like for some of you, you may not trust that the offer is truly sincere, or that they're giving it to you out of a sense of, you know, I want you to have this. I'm really offering this to you out of a sense of love and support and caring and nurturing, because he's just throwing them out. He's not really focused on that. For some of you, it may be that, or it may be, I feel like you may suspect where the offer is coming from. If this is a person making an offer to go further in a love romance relationship, for example, you may be wondering, is he or she offering this to me because maybe I've given them an ultimatum and they're afraid I'm going to leave? Is the offer ultimately, you're not willing to rush in and jump on this offer because underlying it is this, you're not quite sure if this offer is a true and sincere offer, and it's coming from a true and sincere place. And that's also kind of underscored in your overall energy for the last half of the month. Your crowning card from the bottom of the deck is the Nine of Pentacles. This is a card of independence, self-sufficiency, self-empowerment, self-reliance. It's a card of working hard, and you have been working hard to build up stability and security as represented by these pentacles. And you're in a good place. You're enjoying the rewards of your own labors because nobody handed them to you on a silver platter. You've worked hard to get to where you're at. You like yourself. You like your life. You like where you're going. Not that it doesn't have challenges, but it represents being in a good self-reliant place. So if you were to take this offer, it wouldn't be out of a sense of compulsory need or fear. You're in a good place within yourself. This isn't an offer you need to accept out of need. So you're taking a closer look at it, and maybe perhaps trying to consider whether or not this is something sincere that's going to make a valuable and positive difference in your life. So that's perhaps for relationships, home and family life. For your financial, money, job, life, again, the same energies transfer, whether this resonates in this area of your life or whether it resonates in another area of your life, because there's so many watching in a general reading. For some of you, it's going to be in relationships or just in family dynamics, maybe extended family. Some of you, it might be job, work, career, but the energy kind of remains the same. There's an offer or opportunity coming in. It could be for a job, work environment, or a home, a piece of property too. Communication, conversation, you may be traveling to take a look at it, etc. You're already coming from a pretty good place that you worked hard to get to. So you're trying to figure out, one, if this offer is sincere and real. Two, if it will actually make a realistic difference. Or if not, is it going to take me out of this place that I've been in, that I'm actually beginning to enjoy here. So let's take a look at, I just want to clarify, what is this offer or opportunity or something that's presenting itself or being offered? The Ace of Cups. So for some of you, it might be new love and romance. Aces represent the number one, so the start of something new. It could be emotional renewal within an already existing relationship, or it could be an offer in job, work, or career, or within your extended family dynamic system that has your heart kind of opening up again. It's the beginning of an emotional renewal. Just the beginning, because aces represent the spark or the seed that, if it's taken care of, will nourish and grow into something else. So it's definitely something which affects your heart. Probably, and with the Ten of Cups and the Four of Cups and all of this energy, it looks like it's a question between you know, I'm kind of enjoying or starting to enjoy this place that I'm in. I've worked hard to get here. There is this new offer or opportunity coming in, and it carries with it the promise of renewal or reconciliation, or the very promising beginning of something new which will positively affect my happiness. But I'm concerned and wondering if it's really sincere or not. You know, will it bounce me out of this place, this good place that I'm in, or will it add to it? So let's just pull one final guidance and advice cards for you, Leo. I feel like you're not really wanting to jump right in it, which is a good thing. If it's something, you know, very important, significant, and serious, you shouldn't. So your advice for the last half of March is strength. Strength is about self-mastery, basically, which is something I think you've been working on to get to or attain or keep working on, this Nine of Pentacles energy. So strength is about self-mastery and self-control. Maybe facing, confronting, realistically dealing with maybe our shadow selves, which could be facing your fears, your doubts, your insecurities about what this offer would mean if you took it or what it would mean if you didn't take it. Strength is about self-mastery over toxic behaviors, negative behavior patterns, or negative patterns in what we traditionally would have chosen or historically would have chosen. It can be about breaking those, and in order to do that, we need to be honest enough with ourselves and have the courage and wisdom and strength and humility to look at those darker aspects of ourselves and go, is this still working for me? And if not, how do I change this moving forward? It's about the kind of strength that it takes to gain self-mastery and self-control over those parts of ourselves we don't like or no longer work for us or harm us. And it's also, strength is what we get more of by going through this process. And I think this is a process you've already been going through, Leo, and one is that beautiful line you're well suited for. So when this comes up as advice, especially in a general reading, because for some of you, you're going to take the offer, and for some of you, you're not. Don't make the decision based on fear, meaning don't accept it because you're afraid of being alone or being without it, and don't turn away from it out of fear either. This needs to be a decision that you make. For example, if this is a relationship and it has a negative toxic history, or you have a history of making perhaps unwise or poor relationship choices because of certain fears, make sure you don't do the same thing here. Whatever it is that you decide, make sure that it's based on being in this good place of self-mastery that you've already been working so hard on, and don't make the decision, whether it's to take it or to say no to it, based on fears, which is where you were in the past. So just don't do that again here, regardless of what the outcome of it is for you. Because again, for some of you it's going to be a yes, and for some of you it's going to be a no. So Leo, that pretty much wraps up your March 2019 mid-month reading for the last half of March. I hope you found it helpful and useful. Again, if any of you are interested in a personal reading, you can get more info and contact details by clicking on the description link below, or going to my YouTube channel's homepage and clicking on the little About button there. Please feel free to email me directly at Maggie1McGuire@gmail.com. I would be delighted to work with you. I should be able to get back to you, your initial response, within the same day or the first 24 hours with more info. And scheduling is, this turnaround time is pretty good too. I do love and romance, of course, compatibility readings, reconciliation potential, career, work, and finance, investment readings, gift readings. And I also offer 6 and 12-month overviews, which take a look at what's coming in your life for the next 6 or 12 months in all the main areas, depending on how far ahead you want to look. And you can also find me on the smartphone app Instantgo under Irish Gypsy, and that link is also provided. That's a good app that's great for quick answers to the quick, easy questions. So a few things to choose from. And I would be delighted to work with you either way. So Leo, take care. I will see you all again in a couple of weeks for the April 2019 general readings. Until then, as always, joy, peace, blessings, and a happy life to you. Take care. Bye-bye.